Alright guys, so today I'm going to be putting in Seymour Duncan JB pickups into this Jackson guitar to get that rust in peace thrash sound. The tools that I have is I have a soldering iron that's basically warming up, solder, screwdriver, box cutters to cut stuff. This is basically a guitar string winder, but then it can also cut. So I'm going to use this right here to hopefully, strip the wires. I have a wire stripper, but I'm not sure where it is. And then I have some pliers, and I also have tape because I don't have electrical tape. So the first thing we want to do is open this up. I don't have 3 screws, I only have 1 because there's a wiring issue. I used to have a grounding issue on this. Hopefully this will take care of it. So make sure you put the screws over here. This won't come out, so we're gonna try to. Alright, there we go. And here's a piece of copper adhesive that's like a conductor. Sometimes I put this on here so that it kind of helps with the interference. So what we want to do is we want to take a picture of this wiring diagram so that we kind of know where things went, because no matter what tutorials you read, it all depends on how this is. So this is actually connected right to the switch, the pickup selector. So it's not to the back of the pot, but the pickup selector. So this hot wire, I'm not sure which one of these goes where. So this hot wire, let me take a few pictures, goes straight to the pickup selector, and then of course it goes to the back of the pot over here. Right? So I do have a movable camera so you can see what happens here. See right here, that is the pickup selector. So the hot wire is actually going to the pickup selector, and the grounding pot is actually right here. If I go too close, it's going to get blurred, sorry. So the grounding pot is here, the switch selector is here. So all we're going to do is put the new pickup in in the place where the old one was, okay? Alright. I'm going to put this away to the side. So I've already loosened the strings. Oops. Hopefully I didn't burn something on my guitar here. Touch the soldering iron. But that's the good deal with these cheap guitars, is that, I mean, it's like $300, but you don't have to worry about them too much. Alright, so keep these screws separate. I'm going to put that screw over there. I'm going to keep all these screws separate, so you're going to have to take this out. I'll try to go as fast as possible. I want to reuse the strings, so this is awkward, because I don't want to change the strings right now. Alright, so this is it. Okay. Here it is right here. So we're going to reuse this case, I think. I haven't done something like this in a long time. So if you see this here, this will pop out. So it's kind of held by spring tension here. So these are special screws, so I'm going to put that inside. and then you got to save the springs. Sometimes they kind of pop all over the place. See, you got to really take it all out. All right, these two big springs, 2 big screws. So that's it. That's the pickup. And they always go this way, where those little screws are, this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to thread a little bit through so that we know which one it is. Because there's 2 of them going here. So clearly there's 3 wires here. Right, so there's a gray wire, and then there's a wire from the other pickup, and then there's this wire. So I think the gray wire goes to the pots in the selector. So this one, we need to know which one this is. So what I did is I just pushed it through the hole. And then the one that's pushing out. See, that's the good thing about this. Is that, like I said, it sounds like a super high-end guitar. So this is actually, alright, so this is going, I have to make sure which one is which here. So I think this is it. I think this is it. Well, that's it. So I feel the tug right there. Yeah, I'm caught in an awkward position here. Hang on. I'm going to do this live. So it's this one here. Okay, so this one, so now I have to retake the picture just in case. So it's basically just 2 wires here. So this one goes straight to, let's see, the other one, the other lead where the other wire is, and then back to the pot again. All right. So you see this here? It's this one here, and then this goes right over here, and then back to the pot. Oh, so it's actually going to the very last lead. See, this is kind of weird. So it's going to the very last lead here, and then the back of the pot. All right. So we're just going to take it off. So before we do that, we have that set up. So this is the new pickup. So I got this on Amazon. So you do have to be careful, because what happens is that you get a lot of Chinese products on Amazon, and then they're fake, right? So this box looks beat up, but then it's just a, a plastic box. So I'm hoping that it's brand new. So that's it right there. So we'll, I guess we'll unsolder this, and then we'll look at this. Okay. And then make sure the window's open, because this stuff is actually, can be, bad for you, right? This is lead-free solder, but it's still bad for you. Remember I told you that story last time I did something like this in high school electronics class. I took electronics in high school for 2 years, freshman and sophomore year. And then I went on to San Jose State to get a degree in electrical engineering. But my journey started there, and we would do like all kinds of projects and stuff like that. So this guy named Fu, he was sitting there with this complicated project, and then the capacitor, I told you the story before, the capacitor blew a top, because those type of cylindrical capacitors, what happens is that if you reverse the polarity in a cylindrical capacitor, it'll basically destroy it. So it blew the top, and then it was like all the steam coming out, and then Fu just sat there breathing it in. And our instructor, his name was Sofioto. Sofioto was like, "Why are you just sitting there breathing it in for?" And he was pissed, because nobody wants stuff like this to happen in the lab, right? Because he's ultimately responsible. But Fu just sat there breathing it in. The moral of the story is don't breathe the shit in. So I have the window open, and I swear that was so funny. I could still remember like it was yesterday, right? The capacitor blew a top, and it was like, if you ever seen a steam cooker where the steam comes out, that's how powerful it was. Like a steam engine just going for like 7 seconds, and he's just standing there. And the instructor's like, "Get out of the fucking way. Why are you sitting there breathing that shit in for, Fu?" Alright. Anyway, alright, here we go. So I'm going to take this lead off. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get this ready. Because I'd like to do all this stuff at the same time. I don't want to sit there and like solder this and so. I want to do all the soldering at once. Desolder it, put it back in quickly if I can. So let's open this. Now, this is a frequently returned item. For some reason. Because maybe, I'm thinking, maybe this is a fake part. Because in Amazon, most of the people from Amazon are, Chinese sellers. Right? So, China has the blueprint for everything. So they basically just fake it. Fake these parts. Because, for example, there's like a fake Shure mic. Things like that. Alright. Okay. They even have any instructions here. Okay, they have springs. Alright, they have a wiring diagram. Okay, they have the new screws and new springs. Okay, let's keep that here. Alright, so there is something here, but it doesn't want to come out. It's stuck to the bottom here. So this, jeez. I'm gonna have to take this whole thing. Well, what if I have to return this? I better hold this in here. I need the wiring diagram. Here we go. Alright. Okay, comes with the wiring diagram. Okay, remove the strings from your guitar. Remove, men don't like to read instructions, but in this case, okay, so it's got a, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a picture here. So, let's see. I did actually write this down as well. I think this is what it is. I got it from another source. So basically you have 4 leads here. So in the black and the red wire tied and taped off, bare and green soldered together, go back to the pot, black to the hot lead. I don't know if you can see it here. I've written it down. So I'll have that as a reference here. I want to make sure that's the same thing as here. So, okay, so same thing. Red and white is taped off. You want to make sure these instructions match these right here. Okay. Red and white. Okay. For some reason I said black and red. Alright, let's fix that. And I'm going to be using this one. Okay. White and red taped off together. Oh, alright. Yeah, white and red taped off together. Black is the hot lead. Green and bare to the back. Okay, that's it. We're good. So I'm gonna just keep this on the side here. I don't know why I put, oh, I think that was just a typo. I put black and red. Should be white and red. So we will keep this right here, just in case. All right. So we'll do this part quickly. All right. Well, that's weird. You can't get into it. Alright. Okay, so here are the pickups. They're going to go in like that. Alright then. So, white and red. So we're going to take care of these real quick. Okay, well good. I don't have to strip any of this off, because they've been sort of stripped off already. See? They come stripped off. don't know if you can see it. So I don't have to use the stripping tool. Because I remember in high school electronics, that was like the one thing I hated doing, is basically trying to strip wire, right? Because I'd always end up cutting it. That's like an art on its own. Alright, so white and red. We're going to grab the white and red. So these are for other pickup configurations. Okay? These are for, sorry, I'll try to get it on camera. These are for like other pickup configurations. For us, I mean, we just want the bare minimum here. Okay, and then the bare and the green tied together. It's like not kind of long enough, but all right. And then the black goes. This may not be enough here. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, I'm gonna have to trim some of this off here. Oh shit. Get it? Because there's no way that this is gonna be from there to there. The black one from there, and then yeah, I guess it could make it. Yeah, it's possible. But we're going to have to chop some of this off here. So the way you do this is that you kind of pull it off. This is probably the most trickiest part of this whole thing. Because if you press too hard, maybe I don't need to do it, because I'm going to end up chopping it off. You know. So you have to like, okay, it doesn't want to come off. I'm not going to take the chance of me, you know, accidentally. What I will do, I think, if I can do this without cutting myself, maybe I can just slit. Maybe I can slit a little bit here. You got to be very careful with these box cutters. Whoops. Almost cut myself right there. Alright, so that was a good strategy. So I'm just going to loosen some of this right here. Oh, there's another. Okay. It looks like there's another shielding right underneath it, so I better just leave it together. I shouldn't have done that. That's weird. There's another sort of earth shielding right underneath it. I'm not sure what that is. Is that connected to ground? I'm not sure. Alright. Well, we're going to have to do what we can do. Maybe just loosening that up will give me a little bit of, you know, room there. So what I'm going to do is, so there's many different ways to solder this. So since I don't want to do it on this cloth, because then I can't use this cloth anymore, I guess I can do it like that. Some people recommended doing this. So like I said, don't breathe it in. I like to just do it like this. Okay, so that's kind of tinning it. I should have a little piece of tissue here. Hang on. Usually a wet piece of tissue. Oh, I better turn on the amp when we're ready so that we can sort of. Alright, I think we're good here. I just have a little piece of wet tissue here. Alright, so we're gonna unsolder this. We know it's this one. And then this one goes all the way to the end of here. So like I said, it's really hard to not breathe this in because you're right underneath it. So I'm just gonna heat this. Alright, just came right off. Okay. And The danger here is that, okay, this is a huge blob of solder. So the danger here is that you could potentially loosen other connections. Alright, so this one, since it's like a big blob of solder, it's taking a while. It might be where it's braided together with the other pickup, and I have to basically maybe I'm not. Alright, here we go. Come on, come on. There we go. Got it. It is kind of weird because you don't want to flick the solder all over the place. I think a little bit kind of flicked out. Alright, so that's the old pickup. Try not to breathe it in, but it's almost impossible. Alright. We'll let that cool off for a second. Put this to the side. Need this stuff. The casing here. So this should be ready to come off. So I'm gonna, if you want to really do this nice, you can get like the, you know, the shrink tubing and stuff like that. Like I said, everything's kind of too expensive. Like if I wanted to get that, it's like $9 for like, I just want one little piece. Hopefully I didn't unsolder the wrong thing. Alright. It's going to be a challenge to get this stuff back in that hole. Alright, so it is through the hole. And like make sure you don't scratch the guitar and all this stuff. Okay, got it. Alright, here it is. Here's the old pickup. Now, we don't want to throw this away. So I'm going to put it back just like this new pickup was put back. Because what if I sell this guitar eventually? This is a good pickup, right? So we're just going to, I'm actually just going to put it back in this case. Because we might need it again. I think we can just put it back like this. Maybe we can. Yeah, if I ever sell this guitar, I might want to take this out and then redo it. So here we go. Here's the old pickups. They're going to go back in the box. And once I'm done with the instructions, I'll just put the instructions back. Hopefully I don't have to return this. Now, a lot of people were saying these pickups sound horrible. So, but I'm guessing. Okay, good. Now I have a case for the old pickups. So I'm guessing that they just didn't know what they were getting. Right? They weren't really sure about what they were getting. So one thing we need to do here is I'm going to kind of crimp this stuff together. The challenge here is going to be to try to get this stuff through this hole. Maybe it went. Oh, good. It went right through. Whoops. Alright. It's like no matter how much space you have, it almost seems like, you know, it's not enough. You need more space. Alright, so it's a lot of wire. Oh, we have to put this assembly back like this. So they have given me new screws, but then I don't think I'm going to use this because I'd rather use these black screws, I think. Alright, so this is going to be Oops. What the hell? Okay, for some reason this one's yeah, you have to use these. It's not the same screws. Alright. Okay. So you've got to use these right there, because the screw size is different for these pickups. Alright, so this, I'll have to open this. Yeah, hopefully I don't have to return this. But then, you know, the Americans are so good at returning stuff. That's like I think half of the stuff we get, oops. What was that? I tried to, oh, I burnt off some of the plastic. Not a good idea. I put it back and then I just, alright. By accident. Okay, so this one has a hole, but this one doesn't have the hole in it. Oh shit. I hate it when stuff like this happens. The hole in here is blocked off, dude. I'm gonna have to poke through. For some reason, the hole on this side, okay. Alright, there we go. So it's like a little bit of residue from somewhere. I'm not sure what it was. It's like some kind of manufacturing residue. Yeah, be careful. Don't accidentally touch this thing. It's hot. Alright, so we're good to go. Alright. These are huge springs. Much bigger than the other one. Oh, I gotta go in here first. Alright. Okay, we're already at half hour. Shit. Okay, I may have to cut some of this out so that it's not like... Okay. So these springs are huge. So you have to really compress it and get it in here. Maybe I can use the old springs. Well, they're for a tighter... You know what I'm saying? Alright. You're gonna need like the Hulk to compress these springs here, because they're brand new. Alright. I should have done this before. Okay. So you have to... Oh, shit. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut this part out till I get this in there, guys. I'm gonna stop this, get it in, and then I will come back in a second. Alright, so I got them in there. So it took about 5 minutes to do, actually. Because the thing is, these springs, see, this is actually sensible. It's the right height. This one was like all the way out to here, right? So you have to basically like compress the hell out of it. And then it's brand new, so it just wants to pop out. So it's like, you know, trying to play with a toy. So I'm going to push this through. Remember that which side the pickups go. Alright. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to just put this back in. Get it in the right spot first. So I tighten the strings back up, but they're not in tune yet. Alright. So we're just going to take this, and we have what we need. Now if you forget, you can look back into your wiring diagram. Okay, so this needs to be taped off. The black and white. So I don't have, like I said, I don't have a electrical tape, so I'm just going to use this. For now. I can come back and redo this later. Alright, well, I guess it doesn't want to cut. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to thread this through the hole that's already there. Okay, well, it's covered by solder, so I'm going to have to reheat this. And then just thread this through. The biggest thing here is going to be like, okay, there's not enough space here. Hey, I can't do this with both hands because I'm right-handed. So again, this is going to be a challenge. So I have to basically maybe I have to heat this in from this side, but I got to make sure. There we go. I got it in the hole. Oh, and it popped out. Alright, so I'm gonna have to twist it. Yep, it's kind of funny. Alright, now it's twisted. Okay, now it won't pop out. I'm just gonna add a little bit of solder on here. That's good. So when you don't do this for a long time, you know. So I'm just gonna let that sit there for a second. So will it reach? Will it reach? Hopefully it'll reach. Okay, I think it'll reach. You know, the other side of it. Because as I said, there's this other shielding here. Which we should be able to get away with. Yeah. Okay. So it barely reaches. So, see. So I basically soldered the black right there. So basically just put it back the way it was. Where the other pickup. Because like I said, you don't really know how your configuration is going to be. So alright, so I think this will barely reach. So I'm going to have to sort of hold it like this. And then just, oops, wrong thing. Oops. Yeah, we got to make sure we don't end up burning anything else here. Got to make sure I don't burn my fingers here. We almost need like another person to so that I can get these wires out of the way. We need like one more hands. Oh, all right. Well, I'll burn myself. Which is going to happen. So maybe you should wear gloves. All right, I think we got it. All right, so what I've done is I basically plugged it into the amp to test it out. It looks like it's... Make sure all the pickup selection's working. I should have tuned it back up, but I didn't want to. Okay, so we're getting the signal. Okay, all right, I think that's it then. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just close this back up. And we're done. Remember, I only had one screw here. Okay, I'll put all the stuff away and then we'll test it. So here's the test. Perfect, perfect, shit. Good, good, shit. Yeah, this is it, guys. I wish I had done this sooner. Now, you can actually get the Dave Mustaine signature pickups for $20 more. So, if you want it exactly like him, you can get that. But this sounds... Dude, this is the sound. This is it. I just wish I had done this sooner. Damn. So this is using the same setup as, you know, without the Seymour Duncans. So I'm going to play around with this, tweak it, and I'll make another video with updated settings for this. Right? So I got to play around with it. You know, same thing. Everything we talked about applies here. The EQ, the booster pedal, the pickup height, and then this action. So let me play around with this more, and then I'll make another video, okay? And it actually got rid of that grounding issue I had a little bit. So I still have a little bit of a hum, right? But I think that's just normal in any guitar. So what's causing that is this pedal. So if I turn it up, then it goes away. So maybe I need a noise gate. See how those palm mutes came out really well compared to before, where it was like, it wasn't coming out well. I feel stupid for not doing this sooner, and really, just like Mustaine said, I feel like I've sort of arrived, you know, because it's like, oh shit, this is the sound. Oh, shit. Alright, I should have done this sooner. Now I feel stupid. Alright, I'll do another video with updated settings, but this is the sound. This is it, guys.